and it's a 20-minute conversation.
Okay, well, so here we go. We are officially loading into game number 2 here, folks. Team Liquid versus Kaipi. We've got our casters Pudge and Annie to take it away.
Hi guys, it's Android here, and I'm so excited for game number 2 of Liquid versus Kaipi. We have got crazy drafts, and they're only going to get crazier as the day goes on here. So I'm looking forward to some hardcore analysis. Pudge, how's it going?
Pretty good. I'm excited for the play-by-play as well. This game's gonna be freaking crazy. Tons of weird heroes on both sides, and interested to see how they all fit together in terms of the context of the team.
All right, who's your favorite?
That's a harder question. I think I like Liquid's draft. It's more fun because they have 3 heroes that we almost never see in terms of Legion, Pudge, Zeus. Maybe that's not really true for Pudge Legion lately, but Kaipi's got Meepo as well on top of that, and they also do have some damage problems, I suppose. And there should be some cool rotations. I want to see how CM and Bane control the early game. That's what I'm excited to see from Kaipi.
Yeah, definitely eager to see who's going where and what rotations come in. Now, this is not the first time today I've seen a Meepo. I was casting earlier today with Mop Pack, some C Kappa, really exciting tournament going on. But there was a pretty awesome Meepo. Kind of got crushed in the early game, but got some space and then just triumphantly pooped on everyone and just basically crapped on the other team until they won.
Okay. I mean, that could still happen here. 3-3's playing it. Normally they're offlane player, but extremely talented player. I believe he was even playing Meepo when Sing Sing used to be on the team as well. So, am I allowed to say that, or I just make too many people?
It's alright, man. Let's all just prep.
Okay, I'm sorry, guys.
It's all good.
I mean to make you cry. It should be pretty strong in this game, though. They just need to make sure that the Meepos get defended, whichever one gets dueled. Bane's a good solution against that because he can just Nightmare either the Legion or the Meepo, and then they should take turns being invulnerable. So I feel like there's some decent solutions there. But if it's something like Meepo gets hooked far away from his team, then shit kind of hits the fan, and Meepo's probably going to die. So Legion, Pudge are really the 2 scary ones. Meepo's decent against Zeus just because the hero naturally has really high magic resistance. We'll see how the rest of the heroes do. Is it Carrie? Who's farming? Oh, it's a Miracle on Weaver. Okay.
Oh boy, that's going to be interesting here. So
yeah, we'll see how the Weaver matches up. Like they said during the draft, Lincoln's will be great on him to stop things like Fiend's Grip, and obviously they also have Legion Commander to be able to remove debuffs. So I think they're fairly covered on the Weaver side. If you have something like Deso and do a lot of damage items, then he's going to be really effective versus Meepo. Maybe one of the more the less expected counters to the.
Alright, so we are underway here. Bounty runes go for a 1-1 split. I want to see how this Pudge plays out. Definitely not the most typical pick we see. Kuroki going to be trying to make some rotations with that. How is that going to really have an impact, and how is that going to be played?
Yeah, just zone Tide if you can. It won't be super easy though, since Tide has much higher base armor, so Crow will have to do his best, especially with Weaver, to try to kill Tide. Pretty much all they can do. Yeah, I just feel like Tide should be hitting this. Yeah, there we go. There's no way Crow wins this trade, so at the least they're trading regen, which isn't the worst thing, but the longer that he keeps Tide low level, the better.
Just fat boys dueling it out right there. I mean, Tidehunter started with 8 Tango, so he can do this all day. The problem is on the backlines, Miracle is farming, and there's really not much Tide's going to be able to do about that.
Okay though, because every typical offlane is focused on just getting as much experience. So if Miracle is playing this well, he should get every single last hit, and he should be able to get most of the denies as well. Crow's also got a boots advantage, so there's a chance that Bone 7 would get outlaned here, just in the sense that once Miracle hits like level 2 and gets something like his or gets Gemini, they should be able to get a kill. On the other lanes though, Zeus is currently at level 2, Meepo picking up 2 as well. Zeus just going to farm towards his bottle. There's basically no threat that he dies here before level 3, level 4. And in the safe lane for Liquid, they've gotten the level 2 on Crystal Maiden, which is great, lots of mana for the team. And now they're dueling against, they've been dueling this whole time actually against the Razor. So Razor's currently at 6 last hits versus the 5 of Legion. So it's going pretty okay for both teams in the safe lane.
Ooh, Crystal Maiden goes in for a solo smoke, picks that right up off the courier, and looks like she wants to head towards that mid lane, has the sentry ward if necessary. A potential kill. They've got
absolutely,
Meeps up.
like they've got 2 Meepos. It's something they can kill, especially if she frostbites for the setup here.
Oh, she's going. She gets the frostbite off. Is 3-3 going to get there in time? The net does connect, and they've got poops if they need it, and they're just going to keep him locked down. So it looks like first blood will spill in the mid lane. Goes the way of the little Meepo. Now Mind Control's here, and he's angry, trying to get the block up, but only able to smack that Crystal Maiden once before running back in towards the bot.
Great rotation, and that's what you should do with Crystal Maiden. The hero is very able to be active early. You just need smokes usually to approach those ganks. And that's all it took. One frostbite. Meepo has 2 nets. That's 4 seconds to disable. And the hero's pretty low base armor, gets killed. And that's what he gets for basically buying no regen items. Just great rotation, and another level for CM.
Alright, so things are going pretty alright. Kaipi is starting out. Last hit's going definitely in Weaver's favor. He's feeling super comfortable. What can be done about the Weaver? Do you want to rotate early against that, or just let Tidehunter do his thing and scale up? And...
An eventual gank would be great. Bane is very solid against it once he hits 6, but that's going to be delayed. They can use things like Frostbite pre-6, but they don't have very good Weaver solutions, at least until like Ravage into nukes or Fiend's Grip or Chain Meepo nets while preventing the Weaver from using time-lapse. So honestly, he looks pretty fine this game. I really feel like he can do almost anything he wants in terms of early game build. Just early Deso most likely though. I think an occasional rotation is important just because he has to make sure can actually cover Zeus, for example, if he gets ganked. He would be the best, other than maybe Legion.
Alright, so everything's just kind of passive now. I don't think we're going to see a whole lot of aggression until maybe the mid lane. Crystal Maiden once again just sitting back waiting for an opportunity to go in Frostbite, because even level 1, that's just super impactful. Zeus has 760 HP total with 2 armor, so he's not going to be living a whole lot of time.
It's a lot of magic nuke as well, with 2 skill points, 250 magic damage. That's really good. Cool hero. CM's strength is really level 2 level compared to most supports. And the extra mana is going to help as well. She can stack camps in the meantime. So that's basically what she's doing. Sit behind mid, see if there's an opportunity, take a kill if you can, and if not, stack a camp that'll make Meepo farm. And the other cool part is that this Arcane Aura is going to apply to like 8 to 10 heroes this game because of extra Meepos. So another really, maybe possibly undervalued aspect of CM.
Yeah, man, infinity poofs. And speaking of CM, just going in, I like this ward here. Unfortunately, not in time to see the courier going back, so they can't go for that snipe, but we've now got one of the Meeps just crawling around and feeling some experience. They are going to go try to wrap around here. He's double damaged, and they might be able to get something done. There's going to be the net connecting. There's the poof. There's going to be a TP in from the Dazzle. Doesn't have enough mana for that shallow grave, and it's not going to even help now. Pudge comes in, gets the Crystal Maiden as a trade. Can Kuroki body block or anything? And looks like you don't want to stand up against the damage of the Meepo, so it's just going to be a 1-for-1 trade favoring Kaipi.
Every kill that Pudge gets is huge, just since it'll translate to strength later. They're a bit low on mana here. On the bright side, Matumbo will get some levels, and that's pretty needed on Dazzle in most cases, especially because he was offlane.
Top lane, with Pudge being gone, there actually was a bit of a showdown. Weaver and Tidehunter both get a little bit low. No kills, but now Bone 7 does feel a little bit safe for harassing Miracle, knowing exactly where the Pudge is at.
Got Aquila picked up now, which is a huge laning advantage, just because it increases your damage by 19, and you double hit enemies with a Geminate. He's really low, though.
Yeah, there we go. There's the salve popped out.
Should be fine, though. All it takes is one support rotating top, and I think Matoma's even got Poison Touch. This could definitely be a Bone 7 kill. Especially with missing Anchor like that. He's low in mana. Yeah, he can do this. He just swarms here.
Yeah, he's so close to Ravage, dude. He's level 5. Just needs a little more time. He's going to go try to TP out. Do they have anything to cancel it? Oh, no. It's just going to be a TP out. Nice reaction there from Bone 7. Doesn't get spooked. Just calm, cool, collected.
Instantly TPs is the important thing.
Yeah.
Liquid even approached that in a smart way. They tried to maximize the damage with the Shadow Word. The only thing that maybe would have made that work better is if Weaver applied Swarm early and then was able to still bait Tide into the creep wave. The Shadow Wave bomb actually just didn't do as much damage as they expected, I think. Great TP from him, no deaths there, and the rotations are a bit failed. But again, Matoma Man's getting levels, that's really what he needs. Zeus is still farming quite well mid. Throws his ulti down. He was a little worried about where Kaipi was as a team. They've been missing for a bit here. They just pushed out the lane, so that would have been a really likely time for them actually to grab 2 heroes, 3 heroes, maybe even rotate mid lane to gank Zeus, or maybe kill him as he went for bot lane.
Alright, so things are calming down a little bit. Definitely not the bloodbath we were seeing in Game 1 with all-out tri-lanes just massacring Rikis and whatnot, but who does this passive early game favor?
I think it's decent for both, really. Just kind of depends what they want to do. Getting Legion 6 is really important, obviously. Getting Pudge some levels, getting Meepo levels, everything's quite significant. And Liquid doesn't have extremely good roam potential. It's pretty much just down to Pudge and nobody else really. Dazzle's not a good roam hero, he's more of a lane hero. I think Kaipi as a whole is just happy because Tide's getting so many levels. He's doing this without getting Iron Talon as well. Both teams are content in...
Do Do you think Tide's eventually going to go back for the Talon, or is it just kind of he's committed to lane, he's doing it? Okay.
Yeah, once you get past the first couple levels, there's no reason to get Iron Talon. I mean, it's nice to accelerate you, but now that he's level 6 at 7 minutes, he's doing more than fine. It'd be a mistake to go back for it, as much as the 2 armor. Can they land the hook here?
Oh,
ooh, very close.
Nice
Great observer ward.
Yeah, Bone 7's reaction time has been phenomenal this game. The early TP, just knowing when he can harass. Now, down bottom, Mind Control is going to go ahead, get zapped by the Razor a little bit. And this is just Kaipi pushing in. Not a whole lot Legion can do, but she can definitely take some time to sit back. She's got her Talon, so not going to be an issue to get that makeup farm. Unless, oh god, Bane going in with a Brain Zap. Got the wraparound on him. The Legion Commander's going to be going down along with the tier 1 tower.
Pretty unexpected Mind Control mistake. Just really straightforward wraparound with Come With Me there, and double too much nuke damage. So it's a big kill. They got the tower and the Mind Control kill. Instead, he could have just jungled and guaranteed a faster 6, and then grabbed a smoke, maybe done a duel somewhere. Pretty rough for them. Pro trying to get a kill here, but his team's coming.
Oh, they're going in. Hook off the mark. There is a Ravage if necessary. Do they really want to go in for this? Looks like with the Swarm dropped out. Radiant, they just want to bail. Bone 7 wrapping around. There is going to be that Zeus ult coming in. Oh, the Buggy gets Crystal Maiden, and now Bone 7 getting body blocked in again. Ravage is there, and it's going to be a panic Ravage. He's just trying to get back to the low ground. No one is there to help him out. He's dealing with 4 dire heroes and does manage to slip away. It costs him a big ult, though.
For sure he'd land that hook. He was in a little gap, but got there just in time. Crow misses 2 hooks in a row. Very unexpected, but genuinely, those were some very perfect timings on his sidestepping, both for CM as well. Both of those should have been hooks. Those kills should have been easier, but at least they got the Ravage out of it. Still really worth it for Liquid.
So Kaipi, they're getting their ultimate slowly but surely. This Bane ulti I'm excited for. I think just having that long duration hold in place is going to be a lot of fun. So, but Kaipi just farming up their Meepo here, 3-3, getting a good amount done. He's sitting on half an Ags right now, already has his treads. Are we just going to see the classic, you know, go into the boots of travel, get the Ags, and have fun blinking around? Yeah,
most likely. They'll cut through the trees here. Do they spawn?
Oh, can he coop in time there? He's going to go ahead and end up netting the Pudge, but there's a duel, so not only is Meepo in a heck of a lot of trouble, they're starting to feed that Legion. Razor in a little bit of trouble as well. They might be able to get this kill on the Pudge, but that's a small consolation prize for a lost duel and a dead Meepo.
Yeah, that was a really good rotation by them. Good for them to smoke as well. It's easier to find the Meepo at each camp. Did he buy out as well? He did actually buy out before he died, I think. So, he lost gold, but being dead is a huge thing for Meepo just because the hero farms so fast. Especially with the skill build he went lots of Geo Strike, so more auto attacks against neutrals. Just, he's clearly super far ahead of net worth, and every kill like that is instrumental to a potential Liquid victory.
Alright, so top lane, little dodge there. Bane was thinking about channeling up that ult onto Miracle. Now, our little Bane ult wouldn't be enough to take out the Weaver completely, but punishing him while he doesn't have that Lincoln in this early vulnerability window is pretty necessary. I'm really surprised we haven't seen more rotations, because aside from the Meepo, Weaver's really bringing up the last hit chart, bringing up the net worth chart, and gonna have that Lincoln's up shortly.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be great to be able to get a Weaver kill, but it's very difficult. This Invis on CM could open it up, but they need more damage than just these two. Well, actually, they could do... Well, it ran out here. I don't know if that was a smoke or not. Yeah, it was misseen, but Freezing Field with Grip could do it. It's just a little hard, because as soon as the Grip runs out, he's got a 17 charge wand and a time lapse. He's got a lot of solutions to getting out of this.
Yeah, you could definitely just time lapse and turn and get both supports if necessary, and especially with Kuroki hanging around. He's looking for a hook, and this time there's not going to be that Radiant Ward provision, but all the Radiant heroes, they get keen of that, just kind of clear out. Meanwhile, Bone 7 getting some good farm and XP mid. Meepo still farming. Razor getting a lot done bottom. We haven't really talked about this Razor, but he's gone for the first item Dragonlance. So fantastic stats, great range, and what's he going to be building next up?
The typical build lately has been something like... Well, he's going to go the 4-staff item, because he's already got the 3-gem Bandit Velvet skin. I don't know what the band is. It's going to be Yasha plus. Oh, he's hook. Great hook by Kuro. Super good kill.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be probably Yasha, probably SNY most likely, maybe Mech afterwards. Possibility, or the Force item. Yeah, that's what it's going to be. Force plus Yasha, most likely. So just standard like movement speed, tick stat things to be tanky. He needs to get to a position where he can have range advantage, and ideally just not die rapidly to burst. Razor is quite good against Zeus, though, because of unstable current. You can TP, I guess.
Yeah, he's got the Grave TP if necessary, and it looks like he's just gonna go bail into the woods. Meanwhile, Meepo's gonna go through. We'll get the kill in the Legion, so a little bit of revenge for that duel earlier, but I mean, Dazzle just gonna literally stroll away from all that blood. Now top lane, you've got the two supports sticking together on the side of the Radiant. The hook comes in, does connect onto Bane. They get the Dismember as well. Crystal Maiden's coming in. There will be a rotation from the Tidehunter, but I don't think they can really go through and make this a phenomenal, huge team fight. Just gonna be going in. Can they even kill Kuroki here? Breathing Field drops the Ravage to secure the kill onto the support Pudge. Necessary or no?
I don't know. That was a Fiend grip and a Ravage for a, like you said, support Pudge. 3-3 is almost dead mid, very close. The one here that's having a really rough time in Liquid is definitely Mind Control, though. Hasn't been able to get a second duel after that first one on Meepo. He's very far away from Blink Dagger. Oh, great silence on Mind Control. That's a good skill. First attack, basically like playing a bad in, but not playing a bad in.
So it's going alright for the Legion. Like you mentioned, her farm's slow, she needs the duel. What does Liquid have to do to assure those duels for her? Do they need to get, Pudge rotating with her? Do they need to have
I would hope, yeah.
Weaver there to dish the damage?
If they can hook into Dismember, it should guarantee a duel. Smoke ganks are really effective as well, but gap closing against Meepo can be tough because the hero's pretty fast. It's a little tough. Same with Razor as well. I mean, at least they don't have to worry about a Ravage right now, but it's not like Liquid is going to take massive fights anyways. The hero they should really be worried about is just Meepo. He does so much damage. He's about to finish his Dragonlance, so he's transitioning well.
He's already got little 4 Meeps ready to go, and he's not even reached maximum potential at all. We're 14 minutes in, and Meepo's 3-1-1, and that's kind of dangerous territory. You got to keep him locked down, but he's just so hard to get a hold of. And Liquid, aside from dual Dismember, they're really lacking a lot of hard stun.
They definitely are, but they've got really good damage as a whole, just with Zeus, Weaver. The disables they do have, I think, should be enough to solve a lot of their issues, especially because of Press the Attack. That ability solves so many problems, because if your opponents have disables as well, you just don't care as much. Well, they have a great stun, but that's okay. If I use Press the Attack well, I counter Bane entirely. It's so valuable. It could make Liquid, at least on Mind Control, he could still be useful even if he doesn't have that much farm. He really just needs like Blink Dagger, Blade Mail, and he's set.
Alright, Hook coming in. Kuroki gonna be missing. What are you guys laughing about? It sounded like he's rolling dice over there. I couldn't tell what it was. Alright, Slacks is eating Skittles and he's very happy about it. You guys
He
should
actually
know.
did say eating Skittles. I was like, did he say eating Skittles? I couldn't really hear it clearly. Now I'm blown away.
I mean,
That's what he's
He's not
about.
so much eating them as like throwing them on the table, and it just sounds like there's a fight about to break out. Come with me, going into the trees. Might find Kuroki here. She's got the Razor going in, reveals 2 of the Plasma Field. There is going to be the Crystal Maiden dropping the Freezing Field as well. Kuroki trying to get the hook, not able to do so. Now Bane needs Kaipi goes and cancels the Alpha. Lincoln Sphere is going to be shown off there. Weaver caught out by the Ravage. Is able to stop the time left, but still locked down. There's going to be a Grave to save him. Meanwhile, in the back lines, there is a duel from Legion Commander. Going to keep the Weaver up. Miracle does end up going down, but Weaver is going to be able to get the kill onto the Meepo. So that's going to be a very bloody engage. 2 for 3 overall. Razor and Tidehunter barely escaping with their lives.
30 HP on Razor, 40-50 on Tidehunter. A really close fight. Both teams got pretty much maximum value out of all of their skills there. I didn't see how good the grip was, but Brave bought for a ton of time. The time lapse bought Weaver a lot of time. There's the danger. If they just keep chain netting, Weaver will die. They will have vision. He won't go invis. He can't abuse his movement speed ability. Ooh, close. That could have easily been a kill there for Liquid. Instead, the other way around, perhaps. He will have Grave, though.
Yeah, I mean, this is a Dazzle kill, if anything, here. He's going to try the luck at the Grave, but will not get it off in time, so it's going to be Crystal Maiden snapping that one up for herself, and she's already got herself an urn with 3 charges. What's up next? Does she go Blink? Does she try to go Force, Glimmer?
Blink, Glimmer, Force, any of those are really good. Just kind of depends on his farm level. I don't think he can afford... I think Glimmer's the way, maybe.
Oh, here we go. Kuroki just walking in. There's a duel here, and there's not much they can do. That Bane, it just finished off. It's only a support kill, but that duel damage is really starting to stack up now. Nice net here will help Razor get some damage. Anthony moving forward here. Doesn't have his ulti, but nice little Plasma Field will help secure the kill onto that Zeus. Meanwhile, Weaver from the river just trying to get something done, throwing out bugs up onto the high ground. They're going to miss, and Mind Control. Ready with the Blink, doesn't have the duel, so it's just going to be the end of the engage here. So overall, keep trading a support for a core, and Liquid keep coming out not so hot.
They need a Force Staff so bad on Liquid's side. Every single time that Meepo nets one guy, especially a core, they die. They're definitely dead. They can't get out of it. Like, Press the Attack doesn't stop up to 5 nets throwing out. He's just going to reapply it repeatedly. If they get a Force Staff, everything changes. All this disable that KP is entertaining is just countered. Because once you Force Staff somebody away, it can break the chain, it could lead to micro issues, and minimum, they're in a safer position, allows them to get a Grave off. They need to finish the Force. It's so important, and I think it has to be... honestly, even Zeus finishing a Force Staff could be huge, but he's nowhere near close. He's died 4 times now, just finished his Aether Lens, but Aether Lens isn't giving him the safety he needs. Maybe Pudge makes it, but he's got a cloak. Dazzle's not a very farm-intensive hero. I don't really see him getting it either. This lack of Force is ruining Liquid's chances to win small skirmishes like this for reasons that we just saw. Chain Net wins the game.
Yeah, I mean, the Legion is doing pretty well. Died twice, but 30 dual damage now and ready to start moving into that second big item. What is Legion going for? Is that going to be like BKB or Shadow Blade?
BKB is not a bad idea this game. I kind of like it. Usually you'll grab a Blade Mail, but Meepo, it's a little harder because really his damage is spread over 5 heroes instead of just one. Blade is still probably really good against heroes like Razor, actually, especially if Razor takes a lot of damage from somebody else.
Oh, here we go. Tidehunter ready to unleash the tentacles, just chasing down Kuroki, bringing in a Bane for the help. And now they're going to be channeling up that ulti, and Razor comes in to try to collect the bounty, but the heal isn't going to be enough. The final Ravage just goes in and finishes him off, but once again, a very, very expensive Pudge kill. Meanwhile, on the back line, Meepo just cleaning up, takes out the Zeus. They're looking to finish off the Legion Commander up here behind the tier 2. Bone 7 is waiting around, but do they have the damage? They need someone to pick their Razor in. They need their Meepo, and I don't think they can cut through Mind Control's regen. Up the mid lane, we've got a Weaver skittering about, but the lack of vision is going to cost them this kill. They go ahead and break the Lincolns, but that's about it. In fact, Come With Me is actually in a whole lot of trouble, takes the bugs, goes in. Nice little Brain Sap, tries to TP out, and should be successful in doing so. Legion coming back in, though. Low health, not going to duel, but it's a quirky little fight.
Yeah, Liquid's still having trouble. They're going to maybe try to catch a Meepo, but there's no way they can get that kill. Matoma Man had a great solo kill on the Crystal Maiden, actually. CM dived him under tower, and Matoma just fought him. Definitely showing the signs of a carry player, always knowing the limits of their hero. Very often don't see Dazzles that confident about how strong their heroes are, but got the kill, died afterwards. The rest of the fight, though, still again, Meepo rolling the fight. Force Staff would have changed everything. If Zeus just went Force first this game, honestly, Liquid could be way ahead right now. This Aether Lens really messed them up, and now they're just dying repeatedly. Could change the whole game. You just got like it's very hard in elimination mode for that reason, or other game modes where you're picking weird heroes. You have to anticipate those kinds of weaknesses. It's very difficult to understand it until after the game, though, or during the game, though.
Alright, Weaver mid lane could be in some trouble. They've got the Crystal Maiden freezing field, but not a whole lot of ways to ensure that Miracle doesn't just time lapse and book it out of there now. He's actually going on the offensive. They might be able to get a catch here. Crystal Maiden, she's just going to be super dead. They do go for a trade. Meepo able to get the kill onto the Dazzle. Now there's going to be duels every which way. They're underneath the tower here. Tidehunter doesn't have Ravage. He already spent it to get them the Pudge earlier. Now there's going to be Meepo just swooping around. Miracle does not have a time lapse. Now Kuroki going to be taking the brunt of the aggression here. 3 heroes down. Kaipi coming out very victorious in that fight. Why did Liquid fight so deep under tower?
I mean, they were all there, but the problem was that all they got was a CM with the kill, and then the big problem was that Dazzle just got blown up by Meepo. Great vision there.
Crystal Maiden? Yeah,
that was a
did.
dieback, by the way. So she did buy back, lost about 500 gold and died again, but I mean, just killing 3 cores again, or 2 supports in a core.
Oh, dude, he knows exactly what's going on here, but do they have the fortitude to get into the pit? They've only got a Weaver in terms of raw damage. He gets netted again, tries to TP out, and now Miracle's going to be going in, slept up by the Bane. Razor taking a ton of damage off of the Zeus, and there's the Ravage coming back out. Weaver, no chance to time lapse. It just came off cooldown as he was killed. Fortunate for them, but that's going to mean Kaipi go in, they get a Roche fight, they get an Aegis, and they get a couple kills to boot.
They really do. They're fighting so well. Meepo, our 3-3's been playing amazing. Consistently using his skills well. He's got Blink Dagger, Double Dragon Lance, just super stat efficient item, even though it doesn't increase his range. Everything a Meepo needs. Now what does he need? Who knows, more agility. He could buy a Scotty, perhaps, for just overall even more HP and stats. He's very good against Zeus, for example. He just keeps making his Meepo survivable. Even something like a duel isn't going to matter. Liquid's definitely encountering major damage problems now.
Alright, over here on top rune, we got Bane just chilling out, trying to deal with Matamba Men, but he's just And crawling about. You got Pudge thinking about a hook, goes in, it's gonna just fly right on through.
For him, it did not land. You definitely would have died with that one.
Yeah, that's one of those, like, you kind of bring the danger way closer to yourself, and that's not great.
There's also a BKB finished on Razor now. Did finish Yasha. Ended up not going for the Force Staff after all. But he's doing great. 4-0 and 7. Still farming very well. Second of net worth. Not looking good for Liquid. That's.
Yeah, I mean, who are you really depending on here, Liquid? Their Legion's farming up nicely, but they don't have a whole lot of ways to really set up duels. It's kind of one of those, the fight will just kind of start if Pudge gets a hook in, and then Mind Control comes in and tries to clean up, but, you know, Weaver's not really the initiator. Legion, she can't really go duel because Kaipi is just going to super punish her.
Pretty much, yeah. It's gotta be Pudge. I mean, at least you could Grave Mind Control as you duel somebody, but even if you do kill Meepo at the start of the fight, he can buy back and BOT, so it's a little scary here. This could be a great fight if they can jump on the Razor. There will be TP reactions. If you can land the hook, this would be fantastic. They don't have vision though. Zeus could bolt.
Right underneath Pudge's nose. Now Tidehunter moving forward. Tidehunter, you are way out of there. Bone 7 thinking about a Ravage. We've still got 20 seconds, and that's going to be an unsuccessful duel from the Legion. Now Razor trying to turn this around, gets a fair amount of damage. Can they actually root him in place? They get the net. That's an unstoppable streak from the Meepo, so failed duel and a Legion kill. Kaipi just getting everything they want. There'll be a TP out from the Dazzle. He's not going to die this time, but they're going to lose their structures.
Yeah, that was just a case of two heroes showing up at the same time. If it was just the Razor, that would have been pretty straightforward. Duel the Razor, they hook him over, do bonus damage from the side. They would have killed him, but yeah, Meepo shows up again, gets another cancel TP, and Liquid doesn't have the damage on. They're losing the fight still.
Alright, so 24 minutes in, it looks like this Meepo strat really starting to pay off. They're dealing with all the damage Liquid have to offer.
You can maybe clip on 7.
No.
Oh,
He's good. He's fine. Look at that. He's totally cool. He's got 9 charges on his wand if he needs it. There he goes.
25 HP like 2 times there. Anything else would have died. Okay, never mind. They got him.
Got him.
Funny when that would come off cooldown. Blink Dagger now for Zeus. A little dangerous, but definitely a better initiation item than a Force Staff. Somebody building a Force? Oh, please God. You build a Force. Please, somebody.
It's not really looking like it. Even Pudge opted to go in for that hood instead of trying to get that mobility.
I don't know if I like. I mean, if he makes a pipe, it's potentially useful because then you could barrier his whole team. It would stop a lot of the poof damage, especially for offensive poofs. They don't do as much damage as the melee ones. If you blink in with one hero and then your other 4 Meepos poof in, you're only taking like 600 magic damage or something. Maybe.
No, towards the rune. We are going to have a nice successful net. Oh, all the Meepos are coming in. Kuroki, he's trying to dismember, but he's the one that gets chopped up there. 3-3, just having the time of his life on this little Meepo here, and now he's just clapping around, going back in towards the top lane, keeping the pressure up. Looks like all the Liquid are gearing up to deal with the tier 3 push.
I mean, Bro's playing relatively fine, but I just feel like he's not a Meepo player, or a Pudge player. It seems pretty clear by the, he's missed a lot of hooks. I mean, they've been difficult hooks by all means, but his itemization is not ideal. Just get a Force Staff. Oh, they might be able to kill Meepo here with Deso.
Yeah, nice little swarm there, really keeping 3-3 occupied. He's going to TP 1 Meep back to base, and he's got that, you know, escape if he absolutely needs to, just pooping away.
Pretty low.
Yeah, I mean, this is a nice blink duel opportunity. If Mind Control can get close enough, they've got the negative urn. 3-3. Got to deal with what's going on. There's no Aegis, so that's just a pile of dead miners.
We'll respawn on base, so he's completely fine there. That was okay, but that's still a Rax going down. And they're showing some signs of life, though. They have some good damage sources. Problem is that the Tidehunter basically has a hood right now, and once he finishes that, all of this advantage that they have towards killing him is gone. Maybe an item he should have had before, but they still lost to Rax. They need to start getting some crazy kills. Like, kills are super important, and this is why they're smoking out.
They're smoking, and they might be able to find something. 3-3 again, burned off that Aegis in the last fight. He's still sitting pretty, though. He's got some serious farm for himself. His net worth is pretty solid. Now Kuroki just going to bump into him. They go in, and they're bringing in the Zeus. They're dumping out the damage. There we go. This duel might just be enough. They got the Dismember and the Rot on top of it, and it took virtually the entire duration to get the kill, but it's still gotten. That's going to be over 1,000 gold going directly to the Pudge. What does he do with that?
God, get a Force Staff. Alright, Zeus has one now.
Zeus gets the Force Staff. It's okay.
I mean, Blink Dagger, Aether Lens is really good. on Pudge, but I personally really prefer things like Blink first, but in this game against a Meepo, Force Staff is pretty solid. I think I would go Force and then Pipe if I was Pudge. Glimmer is really the solution when Meepo can keep it on you. At least they get a tower finally, that's kind of a nice grab. Legion's almost got Blade Mail, he actually does have Blade Mail, so... Not terrible. They should be able to kill the actual Meepo himself very easily now, because Meepo actually does a stupid amount of damage on every single one of his heroes.
Now, Liquid are actually getting the opportunity to go into the structures. They've got that Desolator on the Weaver, and it's really laying in here. Tier 2 is melting down, and it doesn't seem like Kaipi are too concerned. Is this something they should be TPing back to deal with, or are they content just in the split push up?
You know, if they've got a Rax advantage, I think losing to Tier 2 is unfortunate, but not a terrible thing. Depending on how well they high ground siege, this is a little scary, that's for sure. Good sleep shouldn't lead to a death unless they go in for it.
Alright, this is gonna be some decent damage coming out of the Razor. He's showing off the BKB charge, gets blocked in by the creeps. Can they finish off the Zeus? They do. One more smack of Razor's whip will get the job done, so Liquid, they're gonna go back minus their mid player. It's not the most catastrophic fight it could have been, but they've got creeps pushing into their tier 4s, and that's gonna occupy mind controls full time. He can't go in, he can't look for duels, he can't farm jungle. Hiroki goes in, lands a hook onto the Crystal Maiden. This could be a nice little catch-up, but Razor's coming in, trying to avenge her. Crystal Maiden popping that chick. She's doing good here. It's going to be the Ravage defensive around Bane with the defensive sleep. She's going to be negative earned, will still go down, but they're turning it into ultra value here. The Grave is going to end, and they get the Dazzle as well. Oh boy, that is Kaipi just going in and asserting their dominance mid lane. They catch out Miracle. They are going to be able to pop that Linken's underneath the Sentry Ward. Can they keep him locked down though? Meepo, he's got the net. There's going to be the Hex as well. Razor coming in. Oh, you can't time lapse out of this one. Oh, he can try, but it will not be successful in saving his life.
What a huge catch there by Bane. It was looking bad with them losing 3 heroes, but 4? It's massive. He's going to have to buy back now. There's no way he can't. If they lose 2 racks, the game's over. There's no way they come back from them. Guarantees that Weaver doesn't get his next item afterwards, and he was just hitting a good stride too. And this all came down to that original grip on Weaver. The Zeus overextended himself to break the Fiend's grip, forced the low ground, but as has been the case all game, the Sables on Kaipi are too strong. I actually can't believe they're not pushing here. This is really surprising me. They still have Ravage too. I don't understand why they're backing. I guess it's kind of difficult to go high ground against Zeus. Perhaps that's it.
Oh. Roshan respawns right now. But go ahead, take a look at the overall XP chart, 20,000 in favor of Kaipi, and that's making a huge difference. Just look at the level chart. You got all your supports ticking over to level 11, and then just Meepo's cruising. He's just...
Hero.
Yeah, I mean, Razor's right up there. How do you deal with this? If you're Liquid, do you have to focus on Meepo? Do you focus on smoke gank picks elsewhere? Because it seems like as soon as you leave your base unattended, it's just pushed.
Yeah, that's one of the benefits against Meepo, right? He's got 5 heroes, you just gotta find one of them. So it can be easy in some ways to gank him, and they definitely have the gank tools. Interesting, if you 25 agi to all of his heroes, not to mention the slow. I wonder if there's anything else that's going to be worthwhile to remove with this. Present touches, I guess. I don't know. Kind of a weird choice.
It's a weird choice. It's a decent Linken's breaker if you really need it.
Yeah. I think it's absolutely it. Because this way he can actually do Blink Hex. He'll just have to use a Diffusal charge. You're definitely right there. Now we can solo kill the weak.
I got something right, dude. This is the best moment of my day. Cue the entire panel laughing at me. Thanks, guys.
They did smoke under a ward, or at least pretty close to a ward, which should anticipate this. So we'll see if they can position this in a good way to get teamfight advantage. Prepped in the Roche area. Miracle's positioning is fantastic too. He's gonna break the smoke.
Oh, Miracle, he's crawling around, so people know what's going on, but they might still be able to fight. Again, Bone 7 with the Blink Ravage. He's got the pipe as well, so they're not really scared of what Liquid's putting out. As long as you can keep Razor safe from the initial burst, he's going to steal a hell of a lot of damage with that static link.
They also have a perfect ward spotting where Liquid's team is, so it won't be Kaipi making any mistakes.
Meanwhile, the tier 4 is going to be going down. MVP.
Yeah, that happens eventually. And Zeus had to use ulti because they had no idea where Kaipi was at the moment. I did still have a scan though. I feel like maybe you scan first, then use this.
Well, it's still a tense moment here. Liquid not giving up the fight, just keeping themselves defensively positioned. Now Miracle, he's going to be the first one to walk into unfriendly territory. Pudge Maybe looking for a hook here. Plasma Field going down. There's all 4 popped in from the Dire, trying to get some vision, but nice little Ravage there. Matumbaman, he's thinking about going in, trying to grave himself. He's actually safe with that Glimmer Cape. They're going to take their eyes onto bigger prizes, going for the Zeus, and there's nothing he can do about it. Now TP in the Meepo, going to be trying to get to the top lane, cancels it. He wants more blood. That could have been a nice little TP up from a collection of Meepos to go and get the final tier 4, but instead, they're just going to go settle for Roche and settle for a natural push.
Yeah, Meepo's completely fine with that. Just, again, same problems. Landed a Sable on a core, he's dead. Didn't even get time-lapse off on the Weaver. Technically, they should have been able to get to the position where Legion Commander was able to interrupt things like Fiend's Grip, but like stopping the nets is just simply never going to work. They really needed that to hit that 4-staff timing to get their team ahead, but instead, the Zeus built the Aether Lens. Pudge did kind of okay early, opting for a hook or a pipe this game actually. But I don't think that's the solution. They just needed to snowball and win some fights against the Meepo, and it just didn't happen. And now the game's pretty out of control.
Alright, Liquid. They're going in for what could be a final defense. Ravage on cooldown. It's a nice time to strike. They hook the Razor in, but that's just bringing the problem closer to you. Now 3-3 is to be moving forward, gets the net off, and Shallow Grave can only last so long. Looks like Matumbaman will be hitting the deck, and now Razor just continuing to pressure forward. BKB still rolling, and this Pudge is melting down. He does not have enough flesh heaps to deal with this, and it looks like it's Liquid going in. There was a dual attempt. There was not a dual victory for Liquid, so now GH God gonna be forcing himself back up into the base. Meepo just tossing out nets as he pleases, and it's looking good for Kaipi right now. Net worth now about 20,000 in their favor. 3-3 gonna be able to TP out successfully. The Meepos got so low, but they're not feeling the pressure now. Tidehunter still no Ravage. He's just acting like a damage sponge in this fight. Commander walking away. Can Bane solo this Legion right now? He doesn't have that Brain Sap, so no big burst damage, but it's still looking good. The racks continue to fall. They've got mid completely, and they're just focusing on going for the throne now. This final tier 4 will fall. Ancient exposed, and you've got Weaver crawling around, but there's really nothing he can do. Mind Control coming back in. Full health, full mana, but that's all gone.
Probably this game pretty low. The Weave is doing some good damage. That's about all that's going to accomplish from this.
Kaipi, they're going in. They're smacking on the throne. Looks like we're going to a game number 3 in this first series of the day in elimination mode. Final victory Ravage comes out from the Tidehunter, but man, that was exciting. Meepo, once again, saving the day.
Really showing this